From the beautiful State Theater in downtown Sandusky, Ohio, X5 Network proudly presents The Art of the State.
Good evening. I'm Dave Taylor, Executive Director for Sandusky StateTheater. Welcome to the first of what we hope will be many podcasts in an exploration of what's going on at the State Theater with our series, The Art of the State. Tonight, we have the cast and the production crew for Legally Blonde the Musical, our first big foray into modern theater going on this summer with the Artistic Director, Gretchen Wingerter, who is the Artistic Director for Bowling Green State University, Ireland. Mike Schertz, who is the Director of Music for the show, and he is the Dean of Music for Terra State Community College. Pam Schertz, who is Elle. So we're thrilled. So if each of you could just sort of talk about the new program that we have here at Sandusky StateTheater with the Sandusky State Repertory Theater Company, what it means to you and what it means to Sandusky and your institutions.
I'll let you start.
Well, sure. Gretchen and I started working together about a year ago, and then Dave, you came in last summer, a year ago as well. And so we're looking for different opportunities. Terra State's program, the music programs, and now the digital media and programs are all starting to come together. Creative arts in general is starting to come together. And we're trying to look for ways that we're not just talking about theory and practices in a classroom. We're actually putting the students in the actual environments they're going to be working on. They may not be going to produce musicals. They may not be going to produce festivals. They may be doing recording sessions, whatever it might be, but we want them to have the experience in everything. And so for us to become involved in creating with you and in a partnership with BGSU Firelands, an opportunity for students to get real hands-on practical experience and then use the classroom environment as the place to recap what are we learning from this environment, what are things that you would do differently, what are things that you did not know before that you want to expand on. That's what we love to see. We love saying that the theater is the classroom itself for these students. And so it's exciting to have that opportunity. For this production, Legally Blonde, we have music business students, Christine Flowers, who's going to be actually stage manning and running the show. And for her to realize that she's in rehearsals, she's taking notes on all these different things that Gretchen and I are doing with the cast and company, to realize that once the show is up in production week, and then once the dress rehearsal's done, that's her show because our job is done. And
what I do like about that, I want you to go on with that, but Christine and Brianna, the other thing I like about them is they're also working with marketing. They're doing social media. Mm-hmm. So they're connecting the community, not just through the social media, but through production efforts as well. So please go on.
So and so we have two Brees. We have Bree here from Terra State. We have Bree with Gretchen, who's been working with Gretchen in the previous years as a student production manager at Firelands. So they're a part of this whole production team, and they're right there with us in producing Legally Blonde. Also producing 12th Night, which we opened the season with in June. And then the mission of the Repertory Theater, I think, is a unique concept because Renaissance seems to be the overall goal this summer. Taking what Gretchen did, taking Shakespeare and presenting it in the 1970s, kind of this retro, Renaissance kind of idea, and then Legally Blonde being a modern musical. Having that concept is in producing modern works, newer works, I think is a great opportunity for us to share with our students, but ultimately getting the community involved and giving them that high expectation of performance and learning, while they're here in rehearsals.
And what I loved about that was with Shakespeare, it was almost like a playground because they did it in the round on stage. So the audience actually became a part of the environment. And I thought, Gretchen, you just did an amazing job with the set and the design.
Well, thank you.
I saw what you did with Glass Menagerie, and it blew me away. And then to also have you begin with the theater with Miracle on 34th Street, it really set the bar, I think, for the community of what's yet to come, and with this new Repertory Theater Company, so I couldn't be more thrilled. Do you want to talk about some of the things you're working on?
Sure. One of the great things for my students, because some of the BGSU Firelands students are involved in the production as actors and working backstage, is that they are getting more opportunities to do that. BGSU Firelands is a very small theater. We don't have a theater major. We have programs and we offer classes and so on, but to get that hands-on practical experience, both being on stage as well as we have a couple of students who are working with Tim helping to build the sets and to do all the painting. And so they are getting credit for doing those things and having a completely different environment than they would get if they were simply just taking classes and maybe being in a show at the college. So they're getting to do, they don't have to focus so much on the classroom part of it. They get to explore all that in a full rehearsal process.
And what I really like about this is the element brings in not just students academically and also professors and teachers, but it also brings in community members. The actual citizens themselves at all age levels get to come and audition and be a part of the experience. And it really, I think, is going to give us a better quality. Now, what I think one of the things we're going to talk about maybe in a future episode is a community band. That's sort of like the next target. But what I really want to move on to is Elle. She's lovely, she's delightful. Elle, and what would you like to explain to us about your little role in this event that we have coming up?
Elle is such an amazing character to play because it's all about her transformation, and it's all about believing in yourself and knowing that you can make anything happen as long as you have that pride within yourself. So it's just an honor to play her and share her story. I think when people come, they're expecting a fluffy, light musical, and yeah, it's fun, but there is a great message behind it, and there's a lot of different characters that I think everyone can relate to in the story. So I really enjoy being Elle.
Now, Pam Schertz is also that she was the choreographer for Hairspray Junior, and she's an amazing asset to the community, but she's also a teacher throughout the year. At what school again?
I teach first grade at Furry Elementary for Perkins Local Schools.
But then you also choreographed some stuff this summer for the Huron Playhouse,
Yep.
which is an amazing organization. You need to check it out. What are you doing there?
I was their choreographer this season for the 2014 season, and Nancy Gibbons is their executive director, and their artistic director is Jennifer Wirtz. I choreographed producers under the direction of Michael Rader, and I choreographed Nonsensations, the Nonsense Vegas review under Jen Wirtz. And it was an amazing experience. Their company, they are actors that truly love what they do, and they're obsessed with the stage, and they stop at nothing to make it perfect. So it was wonderful to work with them because you're working with people that want to do this and want to make this a career, so they're completely focused. They take everything seriously, and it was truly an honor to work with those actors.
That's one of the things I like about the Huron Playhouse. I think they have a very unique program within the region, and so I'm really glad that we could be using some of their expertise and some of their qualities. So kudos to them.
And that's another thing is I think the arts has to be collaborative. So it's kind of nice that I can work for the Huron Playhouse and then come to the State Theater and be a part of this repertory theater as well.
So good. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Now, one of the other things that I'm trying to do as executive director for the theater is bring in those other experiences to sort of add to them. So for Legally Blonde, we're doing two interesting things. We're going to meet some of those people later, but Elle is actually wearing a little bit of it.
Yes.
We have a jewelry designer, and the jewelry that actually is going to be worn is from a local designer. And that's going to be available for purchase in our art gallery. Then we're also bringing in an art installation titled Transformations, just like Pam was saying. I keep calling her Elle. I've been calling her Elle ever since she got the part. So we couldn't be more thrilled. We have White Christmas coming up, which, Gretchen, you're going to be directing that.
So they tell me.
Well, I had to make a compromise with Gretchen to get her what she wanted for next summer. She's willing to do White Christmas for me. And I think the community's going to benefit. It's going to be a wonderful program, and we couldn't be more thrilled. In closing, does anybody have anything that they want to just make sure that we get out there about what's going on? Mike? Yes, you do. You forgot.
I forgot.
The North Coast Arts Alliance.
Well, no, I don't know if we got to it yet, but it is a great organization. North Coast, well, I want to piggyback on something that Pam said, is that the arts have to be collaborative. We're seeing a dynamic shift in the arts, unlike any other time that the arts has been around, where collaboration is key. We're really trying to focus in this area to enhance the creative economy, understanding that arts can develop economic success and develop economic impact. Where you have strong, and it's been proven, where you have strong arts, you do have strong communities. You have strong economic development. And so the North Coast Arts Alliance, that's part of their mission, is to engage all these different art. It could be museums, it could be the theaters, it could be community houses, theater houses, it could be art galleries, whatever it might be, tattoo artists and things. But anything that's artistic comes together, and that we work together to collaborate. If anything, just to share what each other are doing so that we have an awareness of what's going on. So I would encourage people to go out to the North Coast Arts Alliance, northcoastarts.com. Check out what those programs are. Check out all the different activities and things. There's a weekly calendar that goes out that you can sign up for and receive. The Facebook page, you can become a member and like the Facebook page and receive that information. But there's so many artistic events going on that we want to make sure that people are aware of them throughout the 5-6 counties that we all serve, and between the 2 colleges that we serve. So it's really important, I think, that people are aware of that organization and the work that they do.
And one of the things I think we're trying to shoot for is we're doing Oktoberfest, and that's going to be September the 26th and the 27th. And one of the things that we're inviting members of the North Coast Arts Alliance to do is actually be a participant. Actively come down, have a booth, let people know who they are, what they have going on in the community. Again, trying to provide a collaborative, sharing a symposium that throughout the region people know, if I want to go see arts, here's where I can go to find out what's going on, who's doing what. And, I don't know it all. I know Mike thinks I do. But what I do like is this gives us an opportunity to share what we do, how we do it, and how we can each benefit collectively. So I couldn't be more thrilled. But so please be sure to check out the Oktoberfest, September the 26th, 27th. Go to the North Coast Arts Alliance website, check out, see how you can participate, and we hope to see you there. Legally Blonde, August the 1st through the 3rd. Please check it out. Get your tickets early. It's going to be an amazing time. Then check out what's going on at the Sandusky StateTheater. Ever-changing things going on. And again, we're trying to create an environment that's inclusive, collaborative, fun, quirky, by not just pairing shows, but pairing shows with visual artists, designers, food. If I bring out the Confederate recipe book for the Civil War encampment. So a lot of fun, quirky things going on. So we invite you to come down and check out the Art of the State. Thank you so much.